This news update is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras' theorem works, understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.
Upgrade to Lime!
Welcome to the Barbados Today Evening Update. It's Monday, January 19th, 2015. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news of police investigations into a vehicular accident that left 16 people injured. The accident occurred around 20 minutes to 2 this afternoon along the Wanstead Road in St. James between a motor truck and a route taxi. Police spokesman David Wells says occupants of both vehicles complained of injuries about the body, while one man had to be removed by members of the Barbados Fire Service.
The motor truck was driven by a Laron Elliott, 34 years, of Clapham, Christchurch. He had one other person with him, and they both complained of pains about the body. The other vehicle was driven by a Corey Chase, 38 years, of Through the Bridge, St. Michael. He had one conductor with him, along with 12 other passengers, and they all complained of injury. The most serious was Corey Chase. He had to be extricated from the vehicle by the Barbados Fire Service. He again complained of pains about the body, especially to his right arm.
One doctor from the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, 4 ambulances, 8 EMT officers, 9 fire officers from 2 fire attendants, and several police officers responded to the accident. In other news, the Frondell Stewart administration could soon be facing more troubles on the industrial front, coming on the heels of last week's ultimatum by the Barbados Union of Teachers and the protest march by retrenched National Conservation Commission employees. Yet another dispute is brewing at another government department. Acting General Secretary of the National Union of Public Workers, Rosalind Smith, tells Barbados Today all is not well at the Customs and Excise Department as it relates to the Barbados Revenue Authority.
We have some rumblings within the Customs and Excise Department. Where persons are having some reversions, I understand, and it relates to the whole thing of the bra. So all is not well within Customs, so I think that would be another focus that we have to be treating to.
Smith also disclosed that the union was also awaiting word from the Ministry of Finance with regards to severance payments for some of its dismissed NCC workers. The Parliament Committee of Privileges remains mum on the controversy surrounding the office of the Speaker of the House. The committee met this morning around 10 for talks on the issue, just 1 week after House Speaker Michael Carrington recused himself from the chair. He took the decision after Leader of Opposition Business, Antia Bradshaw, questioned his right to be there amid an ongoing legal battle with one of his clients. Deputy House Speaker Mara Thompson chaired the hour-long meeting, which was also attended by Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite and Agriculture Minister Dr. David Eswick. Bradshaw led the team of the opposition Barbados Labour Party, which consisted of Ronald Toppin and Trevor Prescott. However, Carrington, whose actions are the subject of the investigation, was not at today's meeting.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow.
On the regional scene, the Caribbean's highest court gets a new judge. She's the appeals court judge from Trinidad and Tobago, Madam Justine Maureen Raghunath-Lee. Justice Raghunath-Lee was appointed by the 11-member Regional and Judicial and Service Commission for the CCJ post. She got the nod from a list of candidates from around the Caribbean, North America and Eastern Europe. She will take up the CCJ post effective April 2015. Over in Dominica, the Roosevelt Skerrit administration puts a stay on visitors for Haitian nationals entering the country. The government, however, makes it clear that the move is not a ban on Haitians, but as a means to tighten its immigration policy. Haiti is a member of the 15-member CARICOM grouping, but unlike other member countries, its nationals require a visa to enter countries within the grouping. The ban took effect this month. Further afield, tributes to civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. were held around the United States today, but the day was marred by protests over the treatment of minorities by law enforcement across the country. Observers of Martin Luther King Jr. Day this year linked the federal holiday to a rallying cry in recent months during demonstrations over police brutality called Black Lives Matter. In California, protesters called for harsher punishment for police who use violence against civilians. Other protests were also planned in major cities such as Dallas and New York. And finally, an Argentine federal prosecutor was found shot dead at his home in the capital, Buenos Aires. Alberto Nisman was investigating the 1994 bombing of a Jewish center in Buenos Aires in which 85 people died. Reports say a weapon was found next to his body, but the circumstances surrounding his death remain a mystery.
The president's spokesman just said he was really saddened by the death of Alberto Nisman, who was a very, very prominent person in Argentina. We have to bear in mind that for 10 years he was in charge of the worst terrorist attack in the history of Argentina. As you mentioned, 85 people were killed, and this was still a very sensitive issue because we have to bear in mind that 20 years later it remains unresolved, and also because he was due to appear in Congress to give some details of these very serious allegations that he made against not only the president, Cristina Fernandez, but also, well, the president's spokesman just said he was really saddened by the death of Alberto Nisman, who was a very, very prominent person in Argentina. We have to bear in mind that for 10 years he was in charge of the worst terrorist attack in the history of Argentina. As you mentioned, 85 people were killed, and this was still a very sensitive issue because we have to bear in mind that 20 years later it remains unresolved, and also because he was due to appear in Congress to give some details of these very serious allegations that he made against not only the president, Cristina Fernandez, but also some of her inner circle, saying that the Argentine government was trying to forge some kind of agreement in the shadows with the Iranian government in exchange for oil and other trade agreements.
And that's where we end our evening updates, but you can join us again tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 Online TV to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Do continue to enjoy the rest of your evening.
This news update is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras' theorem works. Understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.